The serene expanse of space was disrupted by an anomaly, a sleek, unidentified spacecraft, its origins unknown, gliding silently into the solar system. Its sudden appearance sent ripples of alarm through the world's space agencies. The International Space Coalition, ISC, a conglomerate of Earth's finest scientific and military minds, was immediately convened. The consensus was clear. Humanity needed to understand who these visitors were and what their intentions might be. Thus, a mission of unparalleled importance was commissioned to make first contact. Captain Laura Henshaw stood at the forefront of the assembled team, her gaze steady and her demeanor calm. Laura was no stranger to the void of space. She had commanded missions beyond the moon and back, earning her stripes and scars in the vastness of the cosmos. But her most formidable asset was her ability to navigate the complex web of interstellar diplomacy. Laura had a knack for understanding, a gift for communication that transcended language and species. Her childhood fascination with the stars had led her to the Air Force Academy, and from there, her path had been one of ascension, both in rank and altitude. Yet, for all her achievements, Laura remained grounded, driven by a deep-seated belief in the potential for peaceful coexistence among the stars. Dr. Rajiv Chandra was the mind behind the mission's scientific endeavors. An astrophysicist with a resume that included groundbreaking research on gravitational waves and black hole communications, Rajiv was the embodiment of brilliance and curiosity. Born in Mumbai, his early years were marked by a relentless pursuit of knowledge, a journey that took him from the Indian Institute of Science to the hallowed halls of Cambridge. Rajiv's work had always been about pushing boundaries, about reaching into the unknown and making it known. His inclusion in the team was a testament to humanity's quest for understanding, a beacon of hope in the uncharted waters of first contact. Lieutenant Mark Benson brought a different kind of expertise to the table. A military strategist with a distinguished career in space defense, Mark was the team's safeguard, the person responsible for preparing for the unknown and the unforeseen. His background was as diverse as it was impressive, from tactical simulations on Earth to real-life engagements in orbit. Mark's journey had begun in a small town in Texas, where the night sky had been his first battlefield, his imagination the only limit. The military academy had honed his skills, but it was his tours in space that had shaped his resolve. Mark was a warrior, yes, but one who understood that the greatest victories were those won without a fight. As the team gathered in the briefing room, the weight of their mission pressing down upon them, they exchanged glances, each understanding the magnitude of what lay ahead. Their conversations, initially tinged with the technical jargon of their respective fields, gradually gave way to a shared language of hope and determination. "We're stepping into the unknown," Laura began, her voice steady. "But we carry with us the best of humanity, our curiosity, our resilience, and our unwavering commitment to peace." Rajiv nodded, his eyes alight with the thrill of discovery. "This is more than a mission. It's a chance to expand our understanding of the universe, to learn from those who have traveled paths we cannot yet imagine." Mark, ever the pragmatist, added, "And we'll be ready for whatever we find. Our goal is to protect Earth, but also to extend the hand of friendship. Strength and diplomacy must go hand in hand." As they delved into the specifics of their mission, the team was united by a common purpose. They were explorers, diplomats, and guardians, embarking on a journey that would forever alter the course of human history. The unknown awaited, and with it, the promise of first contact. The morning of the launch was a flurry of activity at the International Space Coalition's launch site. Captain Laura Henshaw, Dr. Rajiv Chandra, and Lieutenant Mark Benson were in the final stages of preparation, each absorbed in their own rituals and responsibilities. Laura, ever the diplomat, was reviewing the mission's communication protocols. "Remember, Our primary goal is to establish a peaceful and productive dialogue, she reminded her team, her voice steady over the hum of the spacecraft systems coming to life. Rajiv, surrounded by his notes on astrophysical phenomena and alien communication theories, nodded in agreement. The mathematical models I've developed should help us bridge the initial communication gap. It's all about finding a common language in the cosmos, he mused, adjusting his glasses. Mark, checking the spacecraft's defense and navigation systems, added, "And if things go south, we have contingencies in place. But let's hope it doesn't come to that." His tone was serious, reflecting the gravity of their mission. The launch sequence began, a symphony of technology orchestrated by the ground control team. The spacecraft's engines roared to life, a testament to human ingenuity and the drive to explore the unknown. "Orion is go for launch," came the voice from Mission Control, referencing the spacecraft's advanced systems designed for deep space missions. As they ascended, the team felt the familiar push against their seats, the Earth falling away beneath them. "Here we go, beyond the moon, farther than any human has ventured," Laura said, her voice tinged with awe and anticipation. The journey through space was a surreal experience, the stars a constant, silent audience to their voyage. The spacecraft, equipped with the latest in propulsion and life support systems, was their lifeline in the vast emptiness. Rajiv spent hours at the observation window, his mind racing with possibilities. Imagine what we might learn from them, the technological advances, the cultural exchanges. "We're on the cusp of a new era in human history," he shared with his teammates, his enthusiasm infectious. Laura, always focused on the mission's diplomatic aspects, practiced her introductions in the alien language they had pieced together from the signals. "It's crucial we show respect and openness in our first encounter. We represent not just the ISC, but all of humanity," she reflected aloud. Mark, ever vigilant, monitored the spacecraft systems and the space around them. "Space is unpredictable, but we're prepared for anything. It's the unknown that makes this exciting, right?" he said, trying to lighten the mood. As they neared the alien spacecraft, the reality of their mission settled in. "We're about to make history," Laura said, looking at her team. "Whatever happens, we do this together. For peace, for knowledge, for humanity." Their strategies for first contact were clear, but the personal stakes were high. Each team member carried not just the hopes of their respective fields, but their personal aspirations and fears into the unknown. "Let's show them who we are," Rajiv said, his voice steady. "And let's learn who they are," Laura added, her gaze fixed on the approaching spacecraft. Mark gave a firm nod. "And let's come back home safely to tell the tale." The spacecraft's communication system crackled to life, signaling the beginning of their attempt to make first contact. The team exchanged determined looks, ready to face whatever lay ahead with courage and curiosity. The spacecraft Orion, with Captain Laura Henshaw, Dr. Rajiv Chandra, and Lieutenant Mark Benson aboard, approached the alien vessel with a mixture of awe and caution. The alien ship was unlike anything they had seen before. Its structure was elegantly asymmetrical, glowing with a pulsating light that seemed to be a form of energy regulation. "Look at that design," Laura whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. "It's not just functional, there's an aesthetic quality to it, almost like it's alive." Mark kept his eyes on the various readouts on his console. "I'm not picking up any aggressive maneuvers, but stay sharp. We don't know their capabilities." Rajiv was already adjusting the communication equipment, preparing to send out the first greeting. "I'm using the universal mathematical language as our first handshake. Prime numbers, Fibonacci sequence. Let's see if they respond to that." The team watched anxiously as the sequences were broadcasted towards the alien ship. After a tense few minutes, the ship responded. Lights on its surface blinked in a seemingly random pattern. "It's a response," Rajiv exclaimed. "They're using a binary sequence. Give me a moment to decode it." Rajiv worked quickly, his fingers flying over the console as he translated the binary sequence into something understandable. "It's a pattern, repeating in sets of prime numbers. They're mimicking my message, but adding a variation each time. It's a form of mathematical dialogue." Laura nodded, her diplomatic instincts kicking in. "Keep the exchange going, Rajiv. Show them we're eager to learn and communicate." As the mathematical conversation unfolded, Mark monitored the alien ship's movements. No changes in their posture. "It seems they're here to talk, at least for now." The dialogue through mathematical sequences continued, growing more complex as each side added layers to the conversation. It was a dance of digits and theories, a bridge being built across the cosmic divide. Finally, Rajiv leaned back, a broad smile spreading across his face. "I think we've established a basic understanding. They're curious about us, about where we come from. It's cautious but not hostile." Laura took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment. "Okay, let's take it to the next step. Ask them about their intentions here." Using the established mathematical language, Rajiv crafted a new message, querying the aliens about their presence in the solar system. The response came back quickly this time, the patterns sharp and deliberate. "They're explorers, like us," Rajiv translated. "They've been traveling through star systems, learning about different cultures and technologies. But there's a hint of something else. A need, perhaps." Mark frowned, his strategic mind analyzing the implications. A need? That could mean resources, refuge, or something else. "We need to clarify this before we can proceed." Laura nodded in agreement. "Ask them, Rajiv. We need to understand completely." With careful precision, Rajiv sent another sequence of numbers, this time probing deeper into the alien's statement of need. The ship's lights dimmed slightly, then responded. "They're seeking." "Collaboration," Rajiv deciphered, his voice tinged with relief. "They've encountered problems with cosmic threats, something they weren't prepared for. They're looking for allies." Laura let out a slow breath, her mind racing with the diplomatic possibilities. This could be the beginning of something monumental. "Let's proceed carefully, team. We might just be setting the foundations for an interstellar alliance." As the Orion floated silently next to the alien craft, the vastness of space around them seemed less daunting. Here, against the backdrop of the infinite, two species reached across the void to connect, not with weapons or threats, but with numbers and a shared desire to understand. In the confines of the Orion's main communication room, Captain Laura Henshaw prepared to take the lead in what would be the most crucial negotiation of her career. With Dr. Rajiv Chandra and Lieutenant Mark Benson by her side, she faced the communication console where the alien responses were displayed. "All right, let's summarize what we know," Laura began, her voice calm but firm. "They're explorers facing unknown cosmic threats and seeking allies. Our proposal should reflect mutual benefit. Rajiv, emphasize our advanced propulsion technology and our research in cosmic phenomena. Mark, ensure they understand our strategic capabilities, but frame it within a context of peace and cooperation." Rajiv nodded, quickly typing out the mathematical sequences that would convey their message. "I'll make sure to highlight our scientific curiosity and our achievements in space exploration," Mark added, "and I'll reinforce our defensive capabilities subtly. It's important they see us as strong, but not aggressive." Laura took a deep breath and initiated the transmission. "We, the people of Earth, propose a partnership of equals," she stated through the mathematical language they had developed. "We offer knowledge of our technologies, insights into the cosmos, and a shared commitment to facing universal challenges." The message was sent, and they waited, the silence of space around them a stark contrast to the tension within the Orion. Minutes passed, each one stretching longer than the last. The alien ship remained silent, its glowing lights pulsing gently in the void. Laura paced slowly behind her seat, her mind racing through possible scenarios. Rajiv kept his eyes fixed on the screen, ready to decode any response. Mark monitored the alien ship's posture, looking for any sign of aggression or retreat. "Patience," Laura murmured to her team. "Diplomacy is as much about waiting as it is about talking." Finally, the console beeped softly, signaling a response. Rajiv leaned forward, decoding the incoming message with intense focus. The room was filled with a palpable tension as each team member braced for the outcome. "They're considering our proposal," Rajiv finally said, his voice cautious. "They're discussing it among themselves. They've asked for details about our propulsion technology and our experiences with cosmic threats." "That's a good sign," Laura replied, her mind quickly assessing the next steps. "They're interested. Let's give them what they want, but make sure to frame it in a way that ensures mutual exchange. We don't want to give away too much without securing their cooperation." Rajiv sent the requested information, carefully balancing transparency with discretion. Mark kept an eye on the alien ship's activity, noting that there were no signs of mobilization or distress. As they awaited the final decision, the team prepared for all possible outcomes. Laura reviewed the contingency plans, Rajiv organized the data for quick access, and Mark coordinated with ISC Command, ensuring that they were ready for immediate action if needed. The response came after an agonizing wait. The alien lights brightened, a visual cue that seemed to signify approval. Rajiv translated the message quickly, a smile breaking across his face. "They accept," he announced, relief evident in his tone. "They're ready to proceed with a technological and strategic alliance. They appreciate our openness and our approach." Laura let out a long breath, feeling a weight lift off her shoulders. "Well done, team. This is a monumental step for humanity. Let's get the details right and set the foundation for a lasting peace." Mark nodded, his usual stoic demeanor giving way to a rare grin. "Looks like we're making history today, not just surviving it." As the team began the detailed negotiations, the sense of achievement was tempered with the responsibility they carried. They were not just representatives of Earth, they were architects of a new era in interstellar relations. The tension gave way to a cautious optimism as they paved the way for a future where humans and aliens could stand together against the vast unknowns of the cosmos. In the communication room of the Orion, the atmosphere was one of subdued celebration, as the alien response confirmed their agreement to the terms laid out by Captain Laura Henshaw. Dr. Rajiv Chandra translated their final message, his voice carrying a note of triumph. "They've agreed to our terms," Rajiv announced. "And they've added that they respect our cunning and resourcefulness. It seems we've earned more than just allies today. We've earned their admiration." Laura smiled, feeling a mix of relief and pride. "That's more than we could have hoped for. This agreement isn't just a pact, it's a bridge between our worlds. Let's ensure we honor it and learn from each other." Lieutenant Mark Benson, who had been quietly vigilant throughout the negotiations, finally allowed himself a moment of respite. "It's a good day's work, Captain. We've not only averted a potential conflict, but also laid the groundwork for a future that could benefit all of humanity." The team spent the next few hours finalizing the details of the agreement, setting the stage for future exchanges and joint missions. The aliens shared additional information about their technology, particularly in areas of energy conservation and space travel, which would be invaluable to Earth scientists. The journey back to Earth was a time of reflection for the team. As the blue and green hues of their home planet grew larger in their viewport, each member of the team processed the weight of what they had accomplished. "We've done something remarkable," Laura said as they approached Earth's orbit. "But this is just the beginning. We'll need to prepare for what comes next." Rajiv nodded in agreement. The scientific community will be eager to learn from this. We'll have to be careful with how we share and integrate this new knowledge. Mark looked at the approaching Earth, considering the strategic implications. And we'll need to be vigilant. New allies are a great asset, but we must remain prepared for all possibilities. Upon landing, the team was greeted with fanfare. News of their successful mission had spread, and they were hailed as heroes who had not only made first contact, but had also forged a promising alliance with an alien civilization. Celebrations were held in their honor, with speeches and parades. Yet, amidst the festivities, serious discussions were taking place at the highest levels of government and the ISC. Laura, Rajiv, and Mark were involved in briefings and meetings, sharing their experiences and insights. "We need to establish a formal first contact protocol," Laura suggested during one of the sessions. "What we've learned from this encounter should form the basis of how we handle future interactions," Rajiv added, "and we should set up a joint research initiative. There's so much we can learn from them, and this could be the key to advancing our own technologies." Mark emphasized the need for ongoing vigilance. "Let's also strengthen our space defense systems. We've made friends today, but the universe is vast and unknown." As the initial wave of celebrations died down, the real work began. The team's mission had opened up new horizons for Earth, and now it was up to humanity to navigate this new era of interstellar diplomacy and cooperation. Laura, Rajiv, and Mark continued to play key roles in shaping this future, always remembering the lessons learned from that first historic encounter beyond the stars. Weeks after their historic return to Earth, the team gathered at the International Space Coalition headquarters for a debriefing and reflection session. The room was filled with the top minds from various fields, all eager to hear firsthand about the mission's outcomes and the future of human-alien relations. Captain Laura Henshaw stood at the podium, her presence commanding the room's attention. "When we embarked on this mission, we carried with us the hopes and fears of all humanity. What we found was not just a new ally, but a mirror reflecting our own curiosity and desire for peace." Dr. Rajiv Chandra, seated among the audience, nodded in agreement. His work had already begun to integrate the alien technology and knowledge into human science, opening doors that were once deemed impossible. Lieutenant Mark Benson, also in the audience, was already in discussions with global defense agencies, planning for a future where Earth was not just protected, but also a protector in a larger cosmic community. Laura continued, "Our encounter has shown us that the cosmos is filled with unknowns, but it's also filled with opportunities. Opportunities for learning, for growth, and for peace. It's imperative that we remain prepared, not just to defend ourselves, but to reach out in friendship. As we stand on the brink of this new era, we must also look forward. The establishment of an interstellar diplomatic corps is our next step. This corps will not only manage our relations with our new allies, but also prepare us for future encounters." The audience listened intently, the weight of her words not lost on them. The implications of such an initiative were vast, signaling a shift in how humanity viewed itself, not just as inhabitants of Earth, but as members of a larger cosmic community. "We've been given a unique opportunity to shape the future, not just for our planet, but for all life we may encounter. Let's ensure that we lead with curiosity, with respect, and with an unwavering commitment to peace." As Laura concluded her speech, the room erupted in applause, a shared sense of purpose uniting those present. The path ahead was uncharted, filled with challenges and uncertainties, but also with boundless possibilities. In the days that followed, plans for the Interstellar Diplomatic Corps took shape, with Laura, Rajiv, and Mark playing pivotal roles. Their experiences had not only changed them, but had also set the course for humanity's future among the stars. Hints of future missions began to surface, whispers of unexplored sectors of space and potential allies. The team, now seasoned diplomats and explorers, stood ready to embark on these new adventures, their eyes fixed on the horizon of the unknown. In the wake of their groundbreaking mission, the groundwork was laid for a future filled with exploration and diplomatic endeavors. The horizon was now broader than ever, with the promise of new worlds, new friends, and new challenges beckoning. Laura, Rajiv, and Mark, once mere astronauts, had become pioneers on the forefront of humanity's leap into the interstellar community. Their initial journey, marked by courage and the pursuit of peace, was merely the first step into a vast, uncharted expanse, ready to be navigated with hope and determination.